Welcome Exiles, my name is Modahidi and I'm so excited and I just can't wait tomorrow to play maybe the best action RPG in the gaming history. Who knows, we will see guys. So the first class that I wanted to check will be Sorceress. And of course almost the most popular Ascendancy that probably will be mine, because I really enjoyed gameplay video for this class, and when I saw all Ascendancy skills I think this will be so powerful. The most imbalance on this list will be Tempest Caller, the passive skill that trigger Elemental Storm on critical hit with spells. Should be amazing guys, to be honest, but we need to take critical chance with spells from passive skill tree, and of course Rain Dancer will be mandatory for this tactic. The other two skills I prefer Strike Twice and Shaper of Storms. The other passive looks weak in my opinion. And so interesting Ascendancy class will be Chronomancer. This class will be new for everybody, and I don't know how strong this will be. We will see in the future if anyone will take a risk and make a build for it. Looks like a sorceress with less damage, but with good control and less cooldowns. I don't know guys, we will see. The next class will be Warrior, and our first Ascendancy is a Titan. This class looks like a melee with a good defense which creates aftershocks with Ascendancy skill and stun his enemies with heavy stuns. I think passives with aftershocks will work very good, and Ancestral Boost should be so powerful. The other passive depends on the skills that you want to use. The second Ascendancy of Warrior will be for hardcore, I think, because using shield with the block chances, it's very cool, but you haven't a lot of damage, and after all in Ascendancy skills we can see totems which helps you in a fight. So strange and weird class for me. And now my favorite class from Path of Exile 1, Ranger and Ascendancy Deadeye. The most powerful and good passives for me, it's a far shot and endless munitions from the first part. This works perfect with a lightning arrow or ice shot. Also, I can see that cold shots with the two marks looks interesting, so we can use Sniper's mark and Assassin's mark together, which is very powerful. For skill speed and movement speed, Gathering Wings will be perfect. That's my opinion, like a long time player of Deadeye in the first part. And the second Ascendancy will be Pathfinder, and it looks like the same from the first part. From passives I like both passive for poisons, looks like very strong in the beginning. As always will be strong poisonous concoction to kill everybody even without a weapon, and the last passive for 5 passive skill points. Looks like the best build for the start of the game. We don't know how poisons works in practice, but should be very strong guys. The Witch propose us 2 new and strange for me Ascendancies. The first one will be Blood Mage, and it reminds me like Vladimir from League of Legends. I think GGG think about him when they created this class. Anyway, looks interesting. From passives I can't say a lot of information and how it works now, but looks like Immortal Mage which inflict infinitive bleeding to his enemies. And the second one will be Infernalist. This class looks very cool visually, and Demon Form and Summon Infernal Hound sounds pretty nice, but I can't wait to see this build in the practice in the game, but I don't know how it works and how strong it is guys, we will see. And finally, the Mercenary, maybe the most popular class from everybody, and so of course the first class which will be, I think will be more popular than the other, this will be Witchhunter. The most craziest skill from Witchhunter Ascendancy for the end game especially here will be Zealous Inquisition, which gives you a 10% chance to explode your enemies after death. Witchbane and No Mercy are very strong for damage too, with this all magic with concentration, you know. And the last should be Thirsty Reward for defense, I think, for the endgame. And the second Ascendancy will be Gemling Legionnaire, which looks very interesting. All his passive skills gives your gems more power. And again, we don't know how strong this will be, guys. For me, it's like something new, and I don't know how many damage it will be add to your skills, and you know, guys, should be powerful, but we will see in the future. And the last class, but the most interesting from the others. Because we didn't saw monks in the Path of Exile before, only in Diablo, but this game should be much better than Diablo, to be honest, so I expect that we will see a very strong and unbalanced character here. And the first Ascendancy is Invoker, and we saw many videos with this class for now. I can't say how good or bad his skills and how they works, but in my opinion we will see like semi-melee fighter with elemental skills from the distance, and he need to deal a lot of critical strikes. Should be very powerful and interesting. And the last Ascendancy is Acolyte of Chayula. It's like a bad version of Invoker, which using darkness with his spells, like a dark side in the Star Wars. Also should be very strong like the Invoker, maybe even more stronger. We will see soon. So that's all, guys, that I wanted to tell you about Path of Exile 2 and new Ascendancy classes that will be available at the start. For me, the most powerful should be Stormweaver, Witchhunter and both type of monks. This will be my top 4, and of course don't forget about the Pathfinder with Poisonous Concoction. This skill always was the best for the start in the PoE 1. Thanks for watching and goodbye, Exiles!